Get ready for spine-chilling thrills as the new horror movies of 2024 and 2025 are set to bring fear to a whole new level. From theatrical releases to streaming premieres, we've gathered the top 10 must-watch titles that will send shivers down your spine. Let's dive in. Number 10. Don't Move. In the dark recesses of the wilderness, a young woman named Iris, portrayed by Kelsey Aspill, becomes the target of a ruthless serial killer. This psychopathic killer injects her with a deadly substance that, with a time delay, begins to paralyze every muscle in her body. With each passing moment, she feels her strength waning and her movements becoming more difficult. But that's not all. The poison robs her of her ability to speak, leaving her defenseless in her struggle for survival. Without the ability to call for help, she must face the terrifying reality where every step could be her last. As she traverses the hostile terrain, she battles not only physical weakness, but also a growing sense of panic and desperation. Number 9. Smile 2. In the second installment of this dark series, a curse haunts global pop star Sky Riley. Under the spotlight, Sky embarks on a tour that quickly turns into a nightmare. Her devoted fans, fascinated by her talent, begin to exhibit frightening behavior, becoming relentless stalkers. Sky experiences inexplicable dark phenomena, shadows move on their own, and night terrors become reality. The pressure of fame and the mounting horrors overwhelm her, forcing her to confront demons from her past that never truly left. As the terror intensifies, Sky struggles to maintain control of her life before the curse consumes her completely, turning her dreams into a living nightmare. Will she be able to break through the darkness and regain her freedom, or will she become another victim of the unstoppable curse? Number 8. Amityville, where the echo lives. When Heather West, an experienced paranormal investigator, receives a call from a terrified woman claiming her home is haunted by a ghost, a dark journey into the depths of a mysterious building with a terrifying history begins. The deeper she delves into the case, the more she discovers that a presence from another dimension is beginning to infiltrate her own life. Heather feels an irresistible force drawing her toward the other side, to the spirit world, where the lines between life and death begin to blur. As tensions mount, Heather faces a dangerous dilemma. Will she be able to free an innocent soul, ensuring its peace, and uncover the dark truth before she herself becomes a victim of a supernatural force? Number 7. VHS Beyond. Get ready for an unforgettable journey through the dark corners of the human psyche, where every step could be your last. VHS Beyond features 6 chilling tapes that open the door to a nightmarish world inspired by science fiction. Each story takes the viewer into an inferno full of unknown threats, where the boundaries of fear and suspense are brutally pushed. The film stars Philip Andre Botello, Dane DeLiegro, Jolene Anderson, and Mike Ferguson, who masterfully capture an atmosphere of terror and chaos. The bloody mayhem that unfolds on screen makes your heart beat faster and chills run down your spine. Scenes filled with violence and inexplicable phenomena make VHS Beyond the most frantic and terrifying installment in the long-running found footage series. Number 6. Wolfman. Blake leaves San Francisco to return to his childhood home in Oregon after inheriting his estranged father's estate. Facing marital troubles, he convinces his wife Charlotte and daughter Ginger to visit the eerie house. As night falls, they are brutally attacked by a bloodthirsty werewolf, forcing them to flee to an abandoned farmhouse. Amidst unknown threats, Blake undergoes a horrifying transformation that reveals his deepest demons. The family struggles not only to survive, but also to preserve their humanity in the face of impending terror. Starring Christopher Abbott, Julia Garner, and Matilda Firth. Number 5. Caddo Lake. Caddo Lake hides a darkness that no one wants to uncover. When an 8-year-old girl suddenly disappears without a trace, the small town surrounding the lake is drawn into a nightmare that begins to resurface from the past. The child's family, distraught and shattered, faces a terrifying truth. Their tragedy is not the only one that has occurred in this quiet, isolated community. Disappearances and unexplained deaths, pushed into the shadows for years, are resurfacing, leading to horrific discoveries that cast a shadow over everything they know. Dylan O'Brien, Eliza Scanlon, and Diana Hopper portray characters entangled in a web of mystery, where each answer leads to even more terror. Caddo Lake becomes an arena for battling something far more powerful than human fear, the darkness that lives in the depths, feeding on human secrets and pain. Number 4. Nosferatu. Nosferatu, the legendary horror classic, returns to movie screens in 2024, bringing with it a dark and eerie reinterpretation of the iconic vampire. This new version stays true to the original while introducing fresh, terrifying elements that deepen the atmosphere of horror. The film's plot takes us to the shadowy corners of the 19th century, where a young woman, Ellen Hutter, the wife of a real estate agent, becomes the target of the obsessive Count Orlok. Ellen, played by Lily Rose Depp, becomes entangled in a web of terror and constant danger when Orlok, portrayed by Bill Skarsgård, begins to infiltrate her life, bringing death and destruction with him. Count Orlok is a being of unimaginable power and terrifying presence, whose every move exudes darkness and evil. His relentless pursuit of Ellen leads to a series of macabre events that draw the viewer into a spiral of fear and suspense. Atmospheric landscapes, dark castles, and cold, claustrophobic interiors create the perfect backdrop for this tale of the never-ending struggle between life and death. Number 3. Salem's Lot. Ben Mears, a writer marked by dark memories of a childhood spent in the desolate town of Jerusalem's Lot, Maine, also known as Salem's Lot, returns after 25 years to explore the mysteries of the abandoned Marston house. This place, where he experienced terrifying moments as a child, now hides an even deeper evil. Soon, Ben discovers that an ancient, dark force has returned to the town, transforming the residents into bloodthirsty vampires. Night shadows fill the streets, and the echoing footsteps of the undead shake every corner. Determined to stop the scourge of darkness, Ben faces terrifying monsters and his own demonic memories. His only hope is to fight against time and seemingly insurmountable forces to save the town from plunging entirely into terror and to restore a peace he never dreamed possible. Number 2. The Platform 2. The sequel to the chilling The Platform draws us once again into a suffocating and unforgiving reality. When a new resident is trapped in the vertical maze, a mysterious leader introduces even more ruthless rules, and the food distribution system becomes an instrument of terror. Every bite is a struggle for survival, and the smallest mistake can be fatal. With each passing day, desperation grows stronger, and moral boundaries blur in the face of hunger and fear. How far will you go when every meal could be your last? In the sequel directed by Galder Gastelu Urrutia, Milena Smit, Hovik Kojkarian, Natalia Tina, and Oscar Janada are embroiled in a merciless fight for life as the film's protagonists. Number 1. Sinners. Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler and set for release on March 5, 2025, centers on twin brothers, played by Michael B. Jordan, who return to their hometown hoping to escape their painful past. Peace quickly turns into a nightmare when a mysterious, malevolent force begins to haunt them. This dark entity, tied to tragic events from their past, seems intent on claiming what it believes is owed. As supernatural phenomena trigger their deepest fears, the brothers face escalating terror. Sinners is a psychological thriller that delves into the dark corners of the human soul, showing that some demons never die and the past always returns to haunt us. That was just a taste of what's coming in the next few months. If you want more lists like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Stay tuned for more terrifying journeys into the world of horror.